Hello, fabulous people. This is the Together podcast, and this is the place where Sharice and I come together to help you get it together for your everyday business life. So we hope you enjoy.
Yes, I have entered the 50 club. And I'm excited to be here, but I gotta say, I was not excited to be here at first, not because, I think last year around, I have a best friend and she was born in August and I'm in February, so we're 6 months apart. And so when she turns an age, then it gets me start thinking about the next age. Like, oh, in 6 months, we're going to be celebrating my birthday. So I think there was a birthday party for her and I was sitting with somebody and I was just like, yeah, I don't think I'm doing anything for my 50th because I really haven't. Just I haven't accomplished anything. And I don't think anything should be celebrated. Right. And she got me together real quick. She was like, wait, what? And so that I want to say the power of a reframe and having somebody snatch you up and be grateful for what you have. And I know we've talked about this before and again and before and again is there's some of us in this world who will move the goalpost on ourselves and say that we haven't accomplished anything. And so thank you. Thank you. I don't want to say her name right now because actually I can't remember it, but I know exactly what she looked like. I remember the whole conversation. I know exactly who she is. It's just her name isn't coming to my head. But I was so thankful to her. And so then that gave me a spirit of gratitude going into 50 because I have a brother who didn't make it to 50. You know, I have friends that didn't make it to 50, celebrities that we know didn't make it to 50. And so how dare I not be grateful? So that was the beginning of kind of changing my mindset. And so it went to like, I'm grateful for what I have, but I'm just not where I'm supposed to be. I'm just not where I'm supposed to be. And then my 50th birthday came and we started celebrating, I think January 31st. That Saturday before, my birthday February 6th. That Saturday before, we started celebrating before. And I had a fabulous dinner. So we went out to Stony River. We went to this place called Perfect Note. If y'all haven't been to Perfect Note, please go. It's such a nice atmosphere.
Very grown.
Very grown. It is very grown. So if you ain't grown, don't go there.
If you ain't grown, don't go. If you don't want to respect the mature,
definitely,
and classy, don't go. If you can't blend in, don't go.
But we had such a nice time. The owner set me up, made sure I had a nice time. Nice. It was so fabulous. And I felt that the universe was telling me that night, I got you.
Heck yeah.
You ain't gotta, because we didn't start off with plans that Saturday. It was supposed to be an ice storm that didn't come or a snowstorm that didn't come. And so my partner was like, well, let's go ahead and celebrate your birthday. I'll make the reservations and go to your birthday dinner. And so everything fell into place, but nothing was pre-planned. And so it just made me feel as if the universe was saying, we got you. You don't have to have it planned until day 100.
Yeah.
Like you got it. So I do think I want everybody. So let's say I started celebrating on January 31st. I had an uncle that passed on February the 2nd, and then my birthday was on February the 6th. And so with him passing, and he was a single man, he didn't have any kids. And so I would like a life that feels better at the end than his life looked from the outside. And so I do think there's an intersection of being thankful, but also planning well. And so I want to encourage everybody who's around my age to also don't hide your eyes from the future. Don't close your eyes to the future and make sure that you're planning well for your future and what does that need to look like. So one of the things that I'm looking at is getting this mortgage paid off early. So I'm not taking this mortgage past age. Actually, I don't want to get past age 60, but I take it up to 65 if have to be. So what does that look like? What do I really need to do? The other thing is like, what insurances do I need to have in place? Like, if I'm gonna live to age 100, what does that need to look like? What does the last 10 years need to look like if somebody's gonna be taking care of me? What does that mean I need to set up for my businesses? And so if you know you're not gonna work your business to the day you die, what's the plan? What's the plan for that? Like, and so as I am in process to set up a new business, because I really would like to have a products-based business that can give me an income in retirement. So that's one of the things that I'm looking at. Everything y'all start from now on also needs to have, I'm gonna say, if anybody's over 50 and you're starting a new business, make sure you also have like a succession plan in place. Like, how do I plan to get out of this? Do I need to set everything up in a trust so that the dividends can take care of me, even though I might not be cognizant or able? And so really started thinking about these end of life things. And on one part of me, even as I'm talking about it now, it's just like, oh my God, I'm too early for that. I'm too young for that. And then the other part is me, but how fast did 50 get here? Like, how fast did it get here? Like, you blinked and you was grown. So that's everywhere my mind is with turning 50. So Sharice, jump in because you've been 50 a minute.
Yeah. About to be 50.
When is your birthday?
April 13th.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll be part of our celebration.
Yes. So what have you learned at 50 and what's on your mind as you getting ready to look at 54?
So 50 for me, I might have told you all, 50 for me was quite different because my mom passed at 50. Right after she turned 50, she passed. Yeah. She turned 50 in December. She passed in February. So 50 for me and coming up on it was very reflective. You know, it wasn't super sad. It just was super reflective, you know. And I just thought about, you know, like, what would she have done had she known she wouldn't be here past 50, right? So I had to think about, you know, I've been thinking a long time about, you're not where you want to be.
Right.
What are you going to do about it?
That part.
And everything you just said, you know, I don't have to repeat it. Everything you just said. But for me, it's really about freedom. You know, I just really desire the freedom to do what I want to do, how I want to do it. And, you know, I'm a giver. So, of course, I want to help people. Of course, I want to live and see things and experience things that I haven't before.
Right.
And that for me, I want to not be so consumed with business and, you know, having to build business and having to make money that I miss these next 10, 15, 20 years, you know, of healthy, cognizant,
right.
You know, able to move, able to, you know, breathe and travel and just do the things that are normal, you know, because they're not normal to everyone. Everyone isn't there. So, or even here and alive to experience. So for me, it's freedom. And, you know, right now I am focused on, you know, what is it exactly that I want?
Yeah.
Have I been too consumed with business that I've been missing out on life because you know, I don't have children, you know, I don't have the responsibilities that a lot of people have. It's like, oh, have I consumed myself with business so that I'm missing out on a lot? So now I'm just reflecting on, you know, what is freedom, redefining what freedom is for me. And not just money, right?
Right.
Now, let me be clear of how important that money is. Let's not act like it's not, because we need it for absolutely everything that we do.
Because health insurance is expensive.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
So Yeah, everything is. So we just have to make more money with ease and flow on this side and not hustle and, make it fun and make it make sense,
Gotcha. Yeah. One of the things that's also coming up for me is legacy. What do you want your legacy to be? And
Yeah.
so this is a great time in life to think about that and what does that look like? And how, if legacy, like so many people usually when they talk about legacy, they're talking about their children. But if you don't have children, what does that mean you want your legacy to be?
Yeah.
So will it be a trust fund? Will it be an endowment? Will it be like, what would you like it to be? And I think with that is those two things can take a lot of money or a little money. But I think also really sitting down and figuring out what legacy means to you, what legacy means to you.
Yeah.
And then I think as something you were talking about, you kind of alluded to, which I've been on people lately, like over the last couple of weeks. Make sure that your ultimate goal, that everything is serving your ultimate goal. Because we can get out and start saying, let's say like make more money. Well, I want to make more money where I can have freedom. But we could get caught up in the like making of the money. And so, well, I got this new business idea. Let me do this. And I got this new, let me do this. Okay, wait a minute. Was the goal to have multiple businesses? Was the goal to make money? Was the goal to make a certain amount of money? Like a lot of people for a long time, they're like, well, I want to make $1 million. Okay, why? And will 750K do?
Yeah.
Really, what is your number, and not just these arbitrary numbers that you're racing to, because you'll race to it and burn yourself out and not reach it because you wind up doing all of these things because you lost sight of what your goal is. And so make sure you know kind of what your goal is and what's needed and required for that goal.
Yeah.
And so one of my dear friends is moving to Costa Rica. And she was saying, like, I just want to live a simpler life. Okay. So for her, that meant moving out of the country to live a simpler life. Yeah. And so I really want people to sit down and think about what's that ideal and then make sure you're making decisions for that ideal, because we just get caught up. Well, I'm going to do this because they're doing it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Does that fit into your life plan and what you want to be doing?
Right.
So how you want to be feeling, how you want to be living. And so making sure you're not keeping up with the Joneses for the sake of keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, a nice big house is nice, but if you're only one person, you really trying to clean all of that? You really trying to,
exactly.
Could you hustle less if you decrease your expenses?
Yeah.
And what's the true goal? Is the true goal to hustle? So you gotta you can live life on so many different levels. You can be happy on $5K a month or $20K a month. It's the way you set up your life. And there's no judgment with that. Just really think about, how do I want to set up my life? What is my ultimate goal that I'm trying to get to? And then doing that. So I know one of the things in particularly that I had hoped when I left corporate America in the counseling world, that I would have more time to spend with my family. That didn't happen. It hasn't. I'm shifting, hopefully, and it will happen over the next couple of years. But it didn't happen because I started the hustle and the grind of the counseling world. Well, okay, well, they got a practice, let me get a practice. Well, they got this, well, let me get this. Well, they got that, let me get that. As opposed to realizing, okay, what was my goal? To help people to make enough money to survive, but never to have this huge practice and be like at the top of the industry.
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to go out to dinner with my parents, and things like that. And so really sitting down and making sure what you want is what you're doing, supporting what you actually want. So you don't wake up one day and be like, man, I've created a life that I don't like.
Yeah, for sure. It's so easy. And it takes you about 50 years to realize, like, oh, wait a minute, that's not quite what I wanted. Oh,
so interesting.
I didn't finish this, and this would have gotten me a little closer to what I wanted, So that reflection is real.
It is so real.
Yeah.
It is. So, and I think the other thing to be really thankful now is, I want to say two things. All right. I don't know if y'all saw the Super Bowl, but in the Super Bowl, there was a commercial and it ended with "Belief is my superpower." I was like, oh, that is gold.
Yeah.
Belief is my superpower. And so I just love that commercial and I thought it was amazing. And I love that idea that belief is my superpower and what do you want to believe in? And so I think for some of you guys to really create the life that you want, you're going to have to give yourself permission to do it. Like some of y'all, but I can't because so and so would say so and so, or I can't because this. I think you can. I think if you believe that you can, you will.
You
And so
will.
I want
Period.
everybody to also look at their beliefs because
Yeah.
in these conversations that I've been having with people, the question has been, what's stopping you? We've set up our own roadblocks, but I can't do this until this. Well, I can't do this until this. I can't do this until this. One of the
Yeah.
things, one of the roadblocks that I've that's been on social media lately, and I don't know if it's hitting y'all, but Russell Brunson has these ads like you could start your business and make sales without testimonials. Say what?
Yeah.
Oh. So I had a belief that was blocking me that I had to go work for free and get testimonials before I could make a sale. Okay.
When you've been making sales.
When you've been making sales. Yeah.
Period.
Okay. Period. Okay.
It is
And
belief
so
itself.
you blocking yourself in so many ways.
Yeah.
And so please, I'm going to ask everybody, y'all got to be talking to somebody who's hearing you say things. So, because you won't know that you've created a roadblock for yourself. I would like for you guys to start thinking like that. Like, this is what I want. What is my mind telling me? You know, why is it telling me that? You ain't really got to know the why, but you do know, like, what is it? What roadblocks is it putting in place? Is it something as simple as I was laughing? There was another therapist online and she was saying, y'all know y'all could eat your dessert first. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, oh, but I think she was saying like cookies before noon or something. Oh my God, I can't do that. Oh, and so all these, and she was like, there's no rule against it. And it's just like, but that's not the way it's done. And it was such a small thing, but it hit home because there's how many things in your life are like that? Because you think this is the way it's done, you're not willing to do it differently or look at it be done differently when you very much need to do it differently.
Yeah, for sure.
And so paying attention to that. So I would think, I want to invite everybody to just be really intentional with how you move. And I hope that I'm getting there. I hope 50 is bringing me to intentionality with how I move, getting things done and moving forward. So that's it.
It is. You're gonna rethink everything. Like, first of all, just slowing down and breathing and realizing when a thought comes up.
Yeah.
Let me think about that thought.
Yeah.
Let me give that thought some attention, right? And is that what I really want?
Right.
Because it might just be one of those habitual thoughts that, you've been thinking all your life. And it's like, let's try to see it differently.
Right. And you won't know until you read something different or encounter somebody different who can like say, wait a minute, what you say? What you thinking? And so it's really interesting. So I think I need to get back into coaching so that my ideas are making, that I got somebody checking my ideas.
Yeah.
Checking my ideas. So I wanna pivot and I wanna say on Saturday, my friends took me out to brunch. So we went to Crescent City Kitchen. So if anybody has not been, the food was fabulous, like amazing food. But it was so nice to feel love and support of my friends. And so Crescent City is downtown. I had people come from Lawrenceville, which is like an hour drive, Bethlehem, Georgia. And so I was so excited to do that. And I think 50 is showing me who I need to keep in my circle and who I need to let go in my circle. Yeah. And that's a little hard. So Sharice, what have you experienced? How do relationships and friendships change over 50. Because I feel like I just ain't got the time to play anymore, to play or placate. Like it's just like, yeah.
I think everything falls into its place. Because we have this thing where, I match energy. You spoke about it last week about matching energy, and you don't need that match energy. You just need to be your own energy, and everything else will move to where it needs to move for you, because people can go or they can't. And here's the thing. I'm all about I'm not big on letting people go or throwing people away, right? Because we all have our spaces and places in life where things may not, be in favor of where we are at. We might not be in alignment, right?
Gotcha.
I am about repositioning, because the one thing that I learned about the people that are in my circle and have always been in my circle, I have people of value, right? You're valuable if you are in my cipher, in my realm. You're very valuable, but we may have got out of alignment somewhere. And then we may have some emotional things going on, some traumatic things that we're dealing with that have nothing to do with each other. So, I remember a time, real quick story. I had a situation of jealousy, real blatant jealousy, that the whole crew saw. And it was hurtful, very hurtful. And then the crew witnessed it, and it was someone in the crew, right? That everybody was a little surprised about, but they had to come and let me know, like, girl, bam, bam, bam. And I'm like, what? And I said, okay, all right, let me deal. And of course, people protected, like, oh, no, she got to go. And I'm like, no, I don't see it that way. Let me process it. Because this person is golden. I know this person is golden. So I cannot, just blanket her and say, oh, she's not right. I can't. No, I had to process. And, I realized that they just happen to think that they deserve what I was getting more than I did, right? And because of the lifestyle that they live.
Yeah.
I deserve that more than you do, because I've lived like this. And, I'm just chilling, and let me be a little more transparent. I was getting married, and it was someone that felt like they probably deserved it more than I did. How you just out here kicking it, having a good time? How you gonna find the husband? I don't know. I'm doing me, and we're good. I'm getting married.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Found somebody that we're gonna get married, and it just came out. It spewed out.
Yeah.
And that was what I realized I had to process, and I had to reposition them for a while. Right. And then a situation came up where it was time for me to support her in some different ways. And I showed up as me with no issues and just let it be what it needed to be. And I know for sure that they saw the difference. Right. So sometimes you just let it be, like, you let God deal with that stuff. That's not really for you to deal with. You use your discernment when you have to, but all that, I'm throwing them away. They ain't no good for me, and that's bad energy. Just reevaluate it, because people have issues and traumas that they just, haven't dealt with. And maybe you're the one to walk through those trenches with them. Maybe you can help them recognize, because you know what I was able to do? Like, I don't talk about my friends behind my back. I was very keen on, making it very clear to any and everybody that was around, and especially that person. I don't talk about my friends behind their back. I'm going to show you what real friendship and what real, loyalty really is. And it's something that I just don't do. Just, making sure that they heard it very clear without going off on you, without, embarrassing you, or because what happens is your ego will say, to prove to the other people, like, well, let her know.
Right.
We past that. We're more mature than that. Take that thing. Don't let your ego respond. Take that thing to heart. Understand how to deal with it accordingly, because that person is extremely valuable to me. We got the lesson and we moved on, and we never no more issues. Period.
Oh, wow.
You know, so we have to be grown, because we got to love on people. You have to love people through. I think that's one. I have two superpowers I know for sure, and that's my belief. My issue with the belief is I think sometimes I believe in others more than I believe in me. So that's why I be like, come borrow my belief.
Right.
But it's like, okay, all right, Reese, well, believe in you more first and then share it. But the other one is just, really no judgment and understanding and walking through the trenches with people. Like, if you with me, I'm in the trenches with you no matter what. Even if we don't talk every day, even if, you and me, Natalie, let something come up and you need me. You're going to see me in a whole different light, but we're locked in. So we don't have to talk every day. We don't have to hang out. We don't have to do all that. So I'm very proud of that, of me, that I've been able to be that example for people. Let me show you what the trenches look. Let me show you what it looks like to have someone that will lock in with you in the trenches. No matter what, I don't care that you talked about me behind my back before, or you did something to hurt me before. Let's just get through it. I know that's not who you are. Oh, it was a moment.
Yeah.
Oh, now I do have enough discernment to know when
when to lean in and when to lean out. Right. When to lean in and when to lean out.
Typically it hasn't been a lot of that. Like, that's why my people, we 30, 20, 30 years in plus, you know what I mean? So, but that's my advice, just evaluate their true value to you before you throw people away.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah. And I think I almost hear that as a call to a higher level of love, a higher level of wisdom, a higher level of dealing with people. Specifically. And I think that needs to translate into business.
Yeah.
And who do you have around you? Why do you have them around you? And are you for your staff, your employees, at a greater level? Like, we don't match energy. We set the tone as leaders. We set the tone. And so you set the tone with your actions and your words and how you respond to things. So, that's good.
See people higher. See people higher, because that's what they need. We all need someone to see us higher, in our higher self, so that we can come up to that. And if you have people around you with, high standards and, just the way they operate and do things, you'll do the same thing. That's in business and love. So
that's true.
So what about you in partnership at 50? Like, how do you see it in getting closer to 50 and then turning 50? Like, what's different for you in partnership?
What's coming to mind with that question is being okay with what I bring to the table, not trying to act like I bring more or less, And so I am no longer in a place where I can be like, well, maybe I could do it, knowing full well that I could. That thing that sometimes we as women do, will diminish ourselves to fit in, or will diminish ourselves so that people won't feel bad around us or not. I'm not interested in doing that anymore. And I think that's how I show up in partnership. And I'm also cognizant at this age of not overpromising. That energy of, I said I was going to do 10 things. And so now I'm trying to do all the 10 things and none of them are done well because why did I say? I'm more like, now I know I can deliver, almost like Spades. I know I can deliver 2 and a possible. That's what I'm committing to. I can deliver 2 and a possible, as opposed to now I'm going bored. You don't know. You ain't got all those cards in your hand. You don't have all of that energy. And so I'm much more able to show up as my authentic self in partnership now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's important. So now, hopefully, nobody's getting disappointed that I'm not disappointing nobody. I'm not looking like I'm not lying or just raggedy because I said I could do 1 through 10 and I really can only do 5 because I was trying to impress, because I was trying to do. So that I think also in partnership, I'm showing up aware of timing, that and being patient with the timing and understanding that everything works out in God's perfect timing, even though it may feel off or moving too fast or moving too slow for you. And so, for example, let's just take us and our partnership. This is the first time we've had a live event. We're going to have our live event on April the 4th, and understand that another partnership, yes, may have done it in year 1, year 2, but we got to it in year 3. And that's because the timing is perfect for us and it aligned. And so I've heard people say, well, when I was working with a partner, it slowed me down. Or when I was working with a partner, they was moving too fast. Understanding, I think that each partnership has its own rhythm. And don't compare your partnership to anybody else's partnership. So I think this is in a business partnership, this is in a marital partnership, this is in a friendship. Any type of partnership, know that it has its own rhythm. So don't compare it to any other partnership. And I think that's huge in that. And I think, let's say, authenticity, timing, and gratitude. Gratitude. And so being appreciative of what my partner brings to the table and how they bring it. Because I think sometimes we want people to be something that they're not.
Of course.
Or we're projecting on them what they should be. And so if we can just have an appreciation that my partner is different from me. So, and I need them to be different from me. They're different from me. I need them to be different from me. This is a good thing. And so if I say A and they say Z, let's find the meet in the middle for the partnership. Not, you should know that it's A. We're not doing that. Right. And so we're doing it. My partner has valuable knowledge and experience. So if they're saying Z, they're saying Z for a reason. So let me get that understanding of what they're doing. So really, really working in partnership. So I'm so excited about that. So I think those are the 3 things. And I think, wait, Q put something in the chat. My biggest lesson in my late 20s has been to stop performing for, that was a good one, right? Stop performing for love all around. It sounds simple, but it's a little tough to do as a recovering people pleaser. But I've learned that, so hold on, my screen is blocked. That something does reveal people around you who love you for who you truly are. It's also a great relief to my nervous system. Thank you for sharing, Q. That is a good one.
Q.
I don't think I learned. I know. I was just gonna say I don't think I learned that until I was 35. It was so funny, y'all. I grew up because somebody was asking me like, "Who were you in high school?" I was like, "I was the nerdy girl." I was, I was overweight, so I wasn't confident in anything. I did do an exchange program to Chile, that got me a little like notoriety in the school, but I really wasn't. Like I wasn't, and in college, I definitely wasn't a cool girl. Like it wasn't. And then something happened at about 35. I think I learned to be my authentic self, and I found what I love to do as a career, and like it settled me down, and then I became. I don't want to say the popular girl because we grown, like who you popular to for what. But I noticed that there became a stability of spirit that not everybody else had around me. And so that was really good. So to all y'all late bloomers like me, who feel like you really just arrived, like it's okay. And it's good. It's like a come on in, the water is fine. It is good. And so,
There's
and I think,
beautiful space for you.
right?
It's beautiful space for you out in this world. You
Yeah.
know, high school, junior high school, that system
Yeah.
it's such a system and it's so limited.
Yeah.
It's so extremely limited, and you would never know because at that age, it's your world.
Right.
And you don't know that it's this big world out here of
You
people
don't.
so much like you who would appreciate you, who would
Right.
love on you. You just don't know until you become an adult. My niece used to tell me, I hated high school. I didn't like high school. I can't wait to get out of high school. The only thing is, I just don't want to grow up. I was like, okay, you want to get out of high school, but you don't want to grow up. She's like, yeah, I don't like them. Them not my people. And when she got out of high school, she really truly blossomed. And I was like, oh,
Wow.
okay, I see where you at now because I didn't understand like high school. She didn't want to go to the prom. She didn't want to go to this and that. And
And
I
not her
was like,
people.
yeah, so coming to find out she was just different. And those
Mhm.
weren't her people. And
Right.
she did go to a predominantly, Caucasian high school. And, it was just her and her best friend. And they were like, not our people really. So um I love that for her because she found her way
Yeah.
after, high school. That and it doesn't
Yeah.
define you. College
It
doesn't
is.
define you.
Yeah.
Relationships don't define you.
Yeah.
Your job, your career, like none of that
Yeah.
defines you.
Yeah.
This is
And it's okay that you're not like y'all. I promise I didn't become me until 35.
yeah.
Like really. So only last 15 years.
Yeah.
And so it's okay if it takes time.
Mhm.
With that being said, anybody who out there who hasn't found their people yet, you're out there. They're out there. You just got to go find them. You got to go find your people. Like you got to go find them. So, all right, wrapping up for today. What do you want people to know about aging with grace?
Yeah. I mean, age, they say, age is just a number. That's something I think you have to embody. Like, age is your energy. Age
Mm-hmm.
is what you want it to be. Because look at us now. Like, we're really reinventing ourselves, redefining ourselves. And,
Yeah.
we are finding out who we are, who we're becoming, that we can become whatever we want to be. You
Yeah.
know, um, and just embody that thing and
Yeah.
make it make sense for you and
Yeah.
have fun figuring it out.
Oh, that's a good one. All right. I want to say if you need to burn it all down and start all over again, it's
Mhm.
okay.
Mhm.
So if you need to do that, I want to give you permission to do that. I
Mhm.
also would like to say it's not going to take you the same amount of time to build the second time around that it did the first time around. And so
Yeah.
don't think like, oh my God, I ain't got another 30 years to do this.
Yeah.
Think you have so much more wisdom now.
Yes.
So it
Yes.
may have taken you 30 years the first time. It's not going to take you that long the second time. It's
Mm-mm.
not. And so,
Mm-mm.
like people who train for a marathon, training for the first one, like is murder. But training for the second one, they've done it before. It doesn't take nowhere near the time. They've
Mhm.
conditioned their body before. They know what has to be done. They know what to expect of their body. They know what their body
Yeah.
needs. And so,
Mhm.
so they're able to take that information into training for the second marathon and they get trained faster. And so I want you guys to know that about yourself. And then just to be grateful that you're still here.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Mhm.
All
Yay.
right. Well, that's all we have for you today. April the 4th is branding with intention inside and out. Sharice
Yeah.
is doing the inside. I'm doing the outside. The outside is going to be your business. You got to show up for this. I feel like I'm so excited about this. Actually, I saw our poster that Q had did for it, and I loved it, and it just spoke to my heart. And so
Yeah.
I am uh, jumping into branding. Make sure I'm giving you guys the latest information on branding and the latest marketing information and tools on branding so that you guys will walk away from this feeling like you should have paid us $1,000,
Mhm.
feeling
Mhm.
like you have a change in your life, a change in your business, a change in yourself, a change in your attitude. And even with that, I know you just need one key to unlock something for you to get you going in a completely different direction. So I'm so excited. So you mark your calendars. Q, if you would make sure in all of our social media, show notes, everything, the link that Eventbrite is linked so that people can sign up. And April 4th is when the live in-person event is going to be. It's going to be somewhere in Atlanta. Sharice is trying to find out a perfect location for us. We're going to limit it to 30 people because we want to keep this nice and intimate and powerful. And so I'm excited about it. So that's all I got for today, fabulous people. Thank you guys for celebrating with me.
Yes, congratulations on your 50 club membership. And it gets amazing from here, even more amazing.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. There's just such a calmness, like, okay, we got this. Like, I know everything I got to do, and I can do it.
Yep,
you know?
You do.
Cool.
You do.
All right, we'll see y'all next week.
All right, be
All
good.
right, bye-bye.
Audio Jungle.